Panoramic lifestyle. A vision moves in all directions.
Music make you lose control. Music make you lose control.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dopamine. I am your host, Tawana, aka Hollow Tip. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back. So we are here at South Mountain Community Library. We try to get people to come back to books, basically. They have great scenery here, and as you can see, the sun is beaming on me, but it's worth it because today is a gorgeous day. Today we have a guest that's actually outside of the box of what I've been doing. I've noticed that with the trail of people that I've had on, that has been a lot of females, and I've been wondering, do the men work out? So thank God.
Oh, we work out.
Yeah.
Oh, we work out.
Thank God we have one here. His name is Henry Mariner. Did I say it correctly?
Yeah, Henry Mariner.
All right,
that's
perfect.
it.
I've been practicing that over and over. I actually met him during a networking event, and he's actually launching a fitness apparel line called Night Prowler. And I wanted to have him on no matter what. So he agreed, and we want to welcome you. As I say always, I won't ramble anymore. I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself to the people. So welcome, first of all, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
My name is Henry Mariner. I'm a person that loves to create. So hence I created this apparel line here.
Beautiful here.
Thank you for having me on your show. But yeah, I'm just here to sponsor. I mean, actually just to speak about my brand. Of course, I'm on camera, and I got to cut that out. We was rambling a little bit, but but yeah, a little bit about myself. I used to live in China for a little bit.
I was hoping you would mention that because I want to get right into that. Go
for
ahead.
sure. But a lot more about me, a lot more than meets the eye. I'm more of a spiritual person. I definitely think a little differently. Let's just put it that way.
That's good, though.
Yeah, for
think
sure.
outside the box.
Yeah,
Seriously.
100%.
And your vibe is just, if you can hear the conversations we had before, and we were just chopping it up, and I had to do a stopping point because I didn't want to ruin it, where I wanted this to be super organic.
Yeah.
So I know that you spent some time in China. Can you please, I have been holding back this question, tell me, what were you doing there?
Well, I did. I was in a cover band, and so I left U.S. in 2009.
Okay.
And then went over to Asia to perform, do music. I was supposed to play keys, but ended up being a front man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was doing the front man now. Don't ask me to sing because
you know that was next.
I don't really say I'm actually a vocalist. I'm more of an artist, entertainer. So
how long were you there?
About 6 years.
Wow.
6 years total.
And you just came back to Arizona when?
But a year and a half ago.
Has it been a culture shock? Like
100%. I definitely had to acclimate myself back into society. Understanding how the pulse was, how things moved, and just understanding the normal day-to-day procedures.
Oh my God.
Driving.
See, that's the main thing.
Yeah, man. Public transportation is always, subways.
Now, where are you from
taxis.
originally?
Louisiana.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Shreveport, Louisiana, as a matter of fact.
Okay. Because that's what I was wondering. I'm like, so where were you from originally? Because everyone in Arizona is from someplace else.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I've only met a handful of people.
So can you hear my accent?
Here. I can.
Yeah?
People can hear mine too, though, and I don't hear anything. I'm from Indiana, from Midwest. So
I can't hear no accent in there. A lot of people back home talk like this.
Yeah.
That southern twang.
I'm glad that you said that, because I was wondering what you were doing in China. So what is, if I could ask you, what's been the main thing that you have to adjust to? I know you said the transportation, but as far as the culture, is there anything?
Conversation. As you can see now, everyone over there in Asia, of course, you don't speak the language, so the pulse is different. The pulse is off a little bit, but once you adapt to the culture, and you take yourself out of the equation, I guess, so to speak, and you allow the culture just to, to jump in. I can't speak a lick of Mandarin.
Okay.
Only thing I know, ni hao ma, xie xie ni, and all my Chinese friends are gonna make fun of me because they're like, man, you lived there for way too long to not speak a lick of Chinese or Mandarin. They always speak on me all the time, huh?
Would you go back?
100%.
Yes.
100%. There's a lot of love there, a lot of passionate people, people that just really have a good heart, and they want to, help you in any kind of way possible, which I was completely surprised by, because when you live in stateside, you don't really know until you go there, because everyone's going to tell you, oh, what, you went to China, or what, you went here, and it's like they don't have hot water, or they don't have, it's like, what are we talking about? Till you get over there, and it's kind of like, wow, their cities are more elaborate than ours.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
definitely.
their technology is way above ours.
I'm sure it's off the chain.
So for sure. So, but it was definitely a great experience, and I would definitely go back. And I think the next time I go back, I will definitely have some Mandarin under my belt.
Okay.
I'll definitely be able to speak.
You're going to be prepared for it.
Oh, 100%. I won't be in the studio talking to my artist and being like, doing like this, have a translator with every session, And so you're trying to get a point across, in the studio. And it's like, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, if you only just spoke the language, man, you could say it with that type of passion, to the artist that's in the booth, instead of being like, tell him he needs to sing like this, And they're like,
I can say it just like that, please.
well, yeah, but they're very chill, so their mentality is totally different.
Okay.
I'm like this, and they're just like, relax, man, I got this. You see, what you have to do is, and it's very technical, so, but
I love that, though. Yeah. But that's one thing, because I will say that I always tell the audience that whenever I have guests on, that I like to just have some interesting facts. Just tell me something so we can frame the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
You gave me a number.
No. I was hoping that you wouldn't actually ask those questions, Tuan. I was actually hoping that we would skip that part.
You gave me a lot of stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah, we are good. So you used to mime? Is that correct? I'll break it down.
100%.
Okay.
No. Okay, backstory.
Yes, please.
I was in high school, and we had this group called TNT. It was the new thing, So it was me and a couple of friends in church, and we did pantomime, to music. So we did, at the time it was Kirk Franklin.
Okay.
So now behold the Lamb, and we did mime to the song, and so it was like interpretive dance in a sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, but every time if I tell that story now, and everyone that's listening, all right, for sure, it had swag to it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to say that's the image I have.
No, it had swag to it. Like we came correct with it. We definitely we brought a lot of energy, a lot of love to the mime. It wasn't just kind of like white face and black and white shirt.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
And a little hat, 100%. But we did have our robes though, looking fresh. Our robes.
So the other thing too, I always have people where they pick an article or a book, and with you, I know that you spoke about where you said that you are a lot about energy, like positive thinking. Yeah. I was so happy when I saw the book that you chose, and let me make sure I get it right. It's called Frequency: The Power of Personal Vibration.
Correct. Yeah.
I was happy that you chose that, because just from me looking at the summary of it, I always talk about on this show that wellness and fitness is mental as well as physical.
100%.
And it's all about 100%. Support systems, positive thinking. So with that being said, why did you choose that book?
Because I think we're all energy, you know. I think with me being a spiritual being in a sense, frequency is you got to tap into it, you know. So it's kind of like if you're thinking about something, and it's more or less like somebody else could possibly be thinking the same thing, unless you actually put it out there, you know, like radio waves, you know. But I chose frequency because it was talked about like your vibration and how you vibrate with others.
Okay.
And how people actually, you know, you can feel into a person. You know? Like we're vibing right now. We're having communication. You know, we're a conversation.
It's an exchange of energy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I felt that was I really enjoyed the book because of that reason, because it had to do with that.
And that's what I would go ahead and give a shout out to Jack Brickhouse, where he just recently did a presentation, and it was positive plus negative equals success. But basically just talking about how we are built within energy, you know. And so that's why I love what you were talking about, because a lot of people don't realize that if you don't surround yourself with positive people, it's just going to feed into that negative energy. So
100%. I think that was like the main thing, because there's like you said before, like being mentally sound, you know, a lot of, you know, negative thoughts that go into, or someone's telling you something negative, you know, if you feed into them, that's just negative energy, you know, so you got to find a way to reverse that. And I was in a position in my life, in a place in my life where my mother passed in 2013, and I completely lost it. Yeah. You know, and everyone always says you could have handled it differently, you know, and it's very true. But the path that I chose was the other route, you know, and so you allow a lot of negative things to come into your life, and negative words and different types of, you know, energies. Yeah. And so, but after that, you know, you have to find a way to dig yourself out of the hole.
Exactly. But people deal with it
to turn into a positive type of a vibe.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, how did you even come about, you know, finding the book, or who put you onto the book? But if it's something that you just sought out because that's what you needed at the time.
I was reaching.
Okay.
It's a personal mindset. Like if you find yourself in a place, you have to find a way to get out.
Exactly.
In a sense. So
I've
learned that you know, no one's really gonna really help you out.
No, you gotta help yourself.
You gotta find yourself. It starts there,
Exactly.
and then the other people start surrounding around you, and then take you up, take you higher.
See, I love it. We're gonna go ahead and go into a break, but I just love that you said that, because everyone has their own way of dealing with grief. Without us getting too deep, I did
100%.
lose my mother as well, and the way that I dealt with it was totally different. I just kind of, you know,
kept it all in.
Just kept it all in. I went to school the next day, you know, and everybody was looking at me like,
100%.
okay. Yeah.
Right. For sure.
You just deal with it your own different ways,
Yeah.
but you have to deal with it internally before, you know, you go out and
100%.
deal with the rest of the world. So we're going to close it right there. But when we come back, I actually want to make sure that we talk about the projects that you have going on, because you have a lot of things going on. You have the fitness apparel.
Yeah.
And then you have music as well. So when we come back, we're going to dive deeper into that. So we'll be right back.